Now let's go back to Louisiana and bring in Professor Luann White of Tulane University. She is a certified environmental toxicologist who's been advising the Coast Guard on how to handle the spill. Luann, good morning.
Good morning.
What is the biggest environmental concern this morning?
Well, we're sitting here at the mouth of the river, and this is a very complex and delicate ecosystem. We are afraid that this oil is going to come in and cause damage to our wildlife, and to the wetlands.
I know they've put booms up all over the place. Those booms eventually are not really going to stop the flow of oil because the oil keeps seeping out of the seabed floor. Once it does get into the estuaries, once it does get onto the beaches, how hard will it be to clean up?
Well, the wetlands are going to act as a sponge. This is a very different type of coastline than a beach. This is a marshy swampland that has a wealth of aquatic and marine life.
And this oil coming into a place as fragile as this really does spell disaster, does it not?
Well, it has the potential to be a great disaster. What remains to be seen is how much oil comes in, what type oil comes in, and where it actually makes landfall.
Although the other part of this is the size of this oil spill is the size of a small state, and it continues to grow. It will eventually go past the marshes and then onto the beaches. Is there any good news in this? Somebody said this is light crude versus heavy crude. How much of a difference does that make?
Well, that goes into the type of oil. A light crude has a lot more volatiles, which are going to evaporate off. However, we have the residual that's left. It's not as bad as if it were a heavy crude, but it's still a foreign substance coming into those marshy areas.
Still not good. All right, Luann White, thank you very much for your expertise this morning. Do appreciate it. Maggie?
You're welcome.
A lot happens early on The Early Show, weekday mornings on CBS.